There's probably no court that has a greater influence on the public safety and the image of a community than the local court. And I tell people all the time to go into their local courts to get a feel for what's really going on. You can make a profound difference to your community if you understand it and you're committed to making the proper change. And that's really what I saw the opportunity was with that court. I think experience can't be underestimated when it comes to serving on the judiciary. I look at when I became judge, I had already had 8 years as a prosecutor, and that had a major impact on my ability to understand the cases and make the right decisions. And I had the reputation of being very fair but firm. When I became district attorney, the most compelling part of my background was my 18 years sitting on the bench. That gave me an opportunity to see a different side of the system, and I've applied everything I've learned on a daily basis from my experience as a local judge, and it's had a profound effect. We look at every single case on the merits and we evaluate and decide what can be done other than simply aggressively prosecuting. We adopted in 2008, when I took office, a community prosecution model. It was a paradigm shift in the DA's office. We went from simply being reactive to being heavily involved in both crime prevention and diversionary programs. If you simply learn from your experience and you look at the individuals who are before you on the most heinous crimes and you look back at their history, they didn't start off by committing serious crimes of violence. They generally started off by being truant at school, by experimenting with drugs, and it escalates and it escalates. If somebody had paid attention, perhaps those adults who have committed these serious crimes wouldn't have found themselves enmeshed in the criminal justice system in a life of crime. You have to look at early childhood education. It starts there. We have created many programs since I've become district attorney in Rockland County that's addressed at getting these kids back on track before they escalate to the next stage, and that's really what it's about. What makes the public safer? By simply incarcerating them and allowing them to be released and returning to a life of crime, or dealing with the underlying problem so they don't repeat their offenses later on. You're not going soft on crime. In fact, you're having just the opposite effect. You're assuring future crimes don't occur, and the statistics show that that works. You really see every aspect of your community, and you see the underbelly of your community on a regular basis. When we came into the office, we made a decision to aggressively prosecute those offenses that were affecting the community. Consumer offenses, public corruption cases, organized crime. We aggressively went after that. At the same time, we balanced it with our diversionary programs and our crime prevention programs to stop our younger people from ever getting involved in this system. And so the two combined is having a profound effect on our community. We've been told by certain state agencies who we've partnered with that many of the crimes that we're going after are no longer being committed in our county because many of the offenders know that we're aggressively pursuing them, so they decided to apply their skills elsewhere. I think that you have to look at the person. You have to look at that person's integrity, that person's compassion, and that person's willingness to listen, and the willingness to be open-minded and to listen to the facts of a particular case. You can never be in a situation where you're allowing either your political affiliations, your religious beliefs, your own ideals to stand in the way of it. You have to look at that from a purely objective point of view and make your decision accordingly. And that's what I do every day here. There's probably no profession where experience is more essential than as a judge. Whether your legal experience, your life experiences, your experiences in a community, all come into play in assessing a situation and making a fair and just decision. And I think that I have that broad-based experience. It is my commitment that as a Supreme Court judge in the state of New York, on all matters that come before me, I will employ my many years' experience together with my sense of compassion, integrity, and professionalism.